For week 17, we are drawing a letter Q, and we're gonna make this one nice and easy because of the perks of the iPad. So make sure you are on a layer of its own and grab a monoline brush and make it nice and large. Let me test this out. I'm gonna go even bigger here. And again, we're gonna make an oval shape that goes down about 5 blocks. So just draw an oval, let it create the shape for you, and then let go. Now we're going to want to, it's pretty straight, I'm just gonna center it up a little, create the arm of our letter Q. So I'm gonna add a new layer so I can play with it a little. I'm gonna use that same exact size brush to draw the arm of my letter Q. Actually, I'm gonna make it a little longer than you think you need to because we're gonna erase parts of it out. All right, so now grab your eraser and using that straight line as your guide, just go ahead and erase that out. If you don't have your grid turned on, just go ahead and tap your wrench icon, canvas, and toggle on your grid. You can eyeball it too, but I am using the lines just a little bit for this letter. And I'll do the same thing at the bottom here. And then for the serif, you'll recognize something that we did in earlier lessons. Letter Q doesn't always have, like letter O, a lot of places to add serifs, so I chose to do it on this part of the letter Q. And just like in a couple weeks ago when we did letter N, we're just gonna draw a curved line at the top and a curved line at the bottom, and then connect those. And again, that will help bring some balance into our overall piece when we have the full alphabet complete. So I'll add my color for those. And maybe I need to clean up that just a tiny bit there. Cute, right? But we need to add some more details just for fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge that down so my Q is all on one layer. And I added a little curly Q at the top here. So for that, all I did was kind of come in just like that. And then add your color. And in several of the letters, we've added the spurs on the side. This time we're gonna add it to both sides of the letter Q. So again, I am going to add a new layer, hold it, and drop it to the bottom. And I'm gonna draw that straight line across to use as my guideline so that all my spurs are kind of in the same place. And I want that to go up a little. So because it's on its own layer, I can move it up quite easily and also center it. I want it to be kind of centered between the curly Q and the top of our arm there. So I'll reduce the opacity, and I want this to be a little shorter actually. So I'm just gonna grab my arrow tool and bring it in. We're gonna make these spurs pretty short and delicate. So that's another way to use the same element, but change the way it looks. So I am on my main layer, and then I'm just gonna connect over as we've done in past weeks. And these spurs are gonna be a little shorter and a little more delicate than we did with the letter N when they were more pronounced. So again, I'm just gonna eyeball it on each side. Maybe I'll just color it in by hand since it is pretty small. All right, so we've got all our spurs and we can kind of zoom out, delete our template layer, and that looks pretty good. So we've got a variety of elements going on in letter Q. And when we get to the bonus lesson at the end, we'll add even a few more details to the inline that makes this letter Q really stand out. But for now, we are done with this letter. So we will click our layer, click copy, come to our template and click paste. Gonna shrink it down just a little and You're coming along. Can you see all the different styles and how fun it comes together with the colors? And then we'll add in our background elements and the overlay elements of the inline details. And it's gonna be a really cute piece at the end. So I hope you are enjoying this. And I know it's slow going through weekly, but we are definitely making progress, and we are nearing the last few weeks of this series. See you next week for letter R.